Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a really big idea, karma, but we're going to do it with a simple, really powerful story. We're going to follow the journey of a young boy named Arjun and see how his choices, little by little, completely changed his world. So let's just start with this question. What if every single small choice you make today literally builds the road you're going to walk on tomorrow? That's the main idea we're digging into with this story. All right, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a small village in India, and this is where we meet our main guy, Arjun. And, to be totally honest, when we first meet him, he's not exactly what you'd call a role model. Yeah, this pretty much sums up Arjun at the beginning. He was that kid, the one known for stirring up trouble, pulling pranks, not playing fair, and just being generally disrespectful to pretty much everyone. In a nutshell, he was mischievous. Basically, he liked to create a little chaos and found it pretty amusing. But as it happens in stories like this, a single quiet moment was about to change absolutely everything. So Arjun's big transformation, it didn't come from getting a big lecture or landing in serious trouble. Nope. It came from something much quieter, much more personal. He's just walking home, probably not thinking about much, when he sees this person in need. And for the very first time in his life, seeing someone who had so much less than he did, Arjun felt something completely new. A sudden pang of guilt. You know that feeling, right? That sharp, sudden little knot in your stomach. It was like his conscience was finally waking up and speaking to him. And that little pang, well, that was the turning point. It was a signal that something inside him was ready to shift. So what do you do with a feeling like that? You've got two choices. You can either ignore it and push it down, or you can listen to it. Arjun decided to listen. He chose a brand new path for himself. And wow, did he commit? It wasn't just one thing. He started small, at home, helping his parents out and playing fair with his friends. He actually went back to find that man by the road to give him food and water. He even started volunteering. He was making these better choices every single day, over and over again. Now, the beggar says this to him, which is kind of mysterious, right? But Arjun, he doesn't really think anything of it. And this is important. He wasn't doing all these good things to get a prize. He was doing them because it finally felt like the right thing to do. So weeks go by. Arjun keeps on this new path, just living his life. And then one day, something totally out of the blue happens, and it connects all the dots. The entire village is buzzing, There's this huge commotion because the king, the actual king, is passing through town. It's a massive event. Yeah, just a ton of noise and excitement. Everyone's gathered to get a glimpse of the king's chariot. And as this fancy chariot gets closer, Arjun's watching with everybody else. And then he sees him. A familiar face. He squints, trying to get a better look at the person sitting right beside the king. And he just can't believe his eyes. Who on earth could it be? It's him, the beggar from the side of the road, but now he's decked out in these amazing royal clothes. Arjun is just floored. His mind is blown. How is this even possible? He had to find out. And the answer that Arjun gets? Well, this is the whole point of our story today. This is the big lesson he was about to learn, and it's a powerful one. The man explains that all those good deeds Arjun had been doing, day in and day out, they didn't go unnoticed. He said this reward wasn't some random bit of luck. It was a direct result of Arjun's own choices. It was his karma playing out right in front of him. And that's the core idea here. Karma is this principle that our actions create our future. It's like good actions plant seeds for good things to happen later, and bad actions, well, you get the idea. Arjun's journey is a perfect storybook example of how this works. I mean, just look at the change here. It's night and day. He went from being a selfish troublemaker to a genuinely kind and compassionate person. And that change wasn't just on the inside, it had a real, actual effect on his life. So, the takeaway from this whole story is pretty huge. It's this idea that we are the architects of our own lives, our actions, our choices. Those are the bricks and mortar we use to build whatever future is coming for us. Now, Arjun's story has a really nice, clean ending. His good deeds led directly to a reward. But it leaves us with one last, really interesting question to think about. In the real world, does it always work that way? It's definitely something worth pondering.